My name is Nat and I took the second half of the volleyball lesson focused on attacking as a team.
Alright, so everyone's starting to get the hang of that really well. Can someone tell me who the tap
The attacking team.
The attacking team, yep, but something like these boys over here, that most times they're able to get up and they're able to play it down because of their height. For the people that are a bit shorter, they can't get that height over the net. The tap is a really good option. Or if you let the ball drop too much so you can't get up to spike, it's easier to still tap it. Alright, so that's something that we're focusing on this lesson. The last lesson we worked on really defending, blocking, but we want to work out the best option, if they do get that block over, what we can do. Alright, so the next modification of the...
When I began teaching, I found it incredibly helpful for me to be able to review the skill just practiced. This could be linked with Bunker and Thorpe's Teaching Games for Understanding model, which asserts that understanding tactics and strategies of a game or sport should precede the development and execution of the required skills. Also, being able to go over the skills just practiced and being able to ask the level of understanding of the group was really important. This in turn was my introduction to the class, as Brooke had just finished taking the first half of the lesson, and was a good way for me to be able to find my place within the lesson and make sure I was on the same page as to where the students were at.
We're going to incorporate the talking rule again because our focus is attacking as a team, and when we do have lots of boys, we seem to be, on it more. Something that's working really well is that backup from the tap. So a tap is an easier one to get back, so our backcourt players really have to be aware of that. They're going up to that spike, our focus is tap, so you're going to be ready with that deep back up to your setter. Alright, so you have to call mine if you're getting ball.
Observing the class and their ability levels is critical in being able to modify and adapt the lesson in order for all students to be succeeding in some way. This is called differentiation, which according to Ainscough and Mars has taken on the meaning of a reform that supports and welcomes diversity. This is relevant in the phys ed classroom, as differentiation needs to be a method teachers can use at any time. Whilst undertaking the tactical games approach, it is important to be able to watch and differentiate the modified games so that students are not only learning but are beginning to develop the game so it is more similar to the regular ruled game. As you can see here, I've stopped the class and incorporated the communication rule and also reminded the class of the basics of the set, dig and spike. Being able to identify the areas where the students are struggling is extremely important. Identifying it and then being able to correct it is also important. In this clip, I could see the game was not working and made sure to stop it and speak with the class about it. This stopping and communicating with the class encourages deeper learning.
Keep it going.
Oh, okay.
According to Mitchell, Oslin and Griffin, when undertaking the tactical games approach to teaching, it is important to start with a game, or more precisely a game modified to represent its advanced form and exaggerated to present students with tactical problems. In this part of the lesson, I stopped the class during their modified game to give tactical advice, which was demonstrated in the just shown clip. In this clip, you will see me asking the class where the space on the court is. This leads the class into thinking about more than just getting the ball over the net, but also about placement, as this is important in attacking as a team. This question is a vital part of the tactical games approach. Mitchell, Oslin and Griffin note that questions are the key to fostering students' critical thinking and problem solving.
We're going to swap over the teams a little bit, because attacking as a team, it's really important to be able to adapt to whoever you're playing with. Alright, so every lesson we've been coming in, we've been playing with Danny. We've been playing with different players, different heights, alright, different abilities. You've got some people who've played volleyball before, some who haven't, alright, so it's really important to be able to switch around who you're playing with, but be able to still think about that, dig, set, spike, the block, and the tap has been working really well. The rallies have been much longer than, I've seen in any other game. You don't have to pass to your setter anymore. Alright? And they'll be scoring the whole time. Like, we're going to score for good now.
Don't start.
So you've got, I'm going to give you a minute now in your teams. You're going to sort of huddle in and you're going to talk about the best setup for your team, alright? So that might have to be having your taller players in front. That might be, you know, certain back players, alright? So you've got a minute in your team to work out what's going to work best for you.
According to Seedentop, Hasty and Vandermeer's, sport education was to develop a model for physical education that created an authentic sport experience for girls and boys, that was developmentally appropriate and in which all participated equally. There are multiple features that make up the sport education model, and I was able to use some aspects of this within my volleyball lesson. The culminating event is a good way to bring together the class and celebrate the success of the previous lesson. I used a game as the culminating event where both teams had names and were given time to work as a team on tactics and skills learned. Not only did I incorporate the culminating event, but I also used record keeping by keeping the score and making it first to 21. The one other area which I should have incorporated into the lesson was roles. Whilst incorporating the culminating event and record keeping, it would have been beneficial at this time to give the team members some different roles such as coach and captain in order to have some individual involvement. As mentioned earlier, I stopped the class and gave them tactical advice, but before the finale game, I gave the teams time in their teams to talk about what tactics they wanted to use. This is a method of social constructivist teaching, which emphasises group work and the importance of social skills being developed during physical activity.
Last thing before we finish off, we're going to keep going, so it'll be first to 21. So, the last thing I want you to think about is about getting these rallies between the front court players on both sides.
You missed the 2 points, the serve point.
Give you one.
We're starting to lose focus of the 3 hits. Alright, so we're just tapping, it's just coming back and forth. Alright, so still think about, the best option for you in a real game of volleyball is going to be that spike. Alright, the tap is an extra option and it's been really good. I've been seeing, the shorter players who usually probably felt a bit intimidated by going up to that spike have been getting, Danny's been getting over, the girls have all been doing a really good job and it's all been, everyone's been part of the rally and that's how it should be. But our focus now, you obviously want to win. So, just take a seat on the ground here.
Put on dragons.
Alright, so can you guys tell me 3 things that you might have learned this lesson?
Back up the blocker.
Back up the blocker, yep. Backboard, that was really good.
Yeah.
Lots of talk, so
Filling
back up,
gaps.
our talking, our filling gaps. So that, yeah, and the tap. Alright, so there are a few things, all those things are really key in attacking as a team on the volleyball court. Alright, so the last few lessons of the defensive stuff, this is sort of how you can combat those kind of things. Alright, so yeah, I think that's about it. That's really good. Did everyone enjoy it?
Yeah, that's good. Well done.
Alright, a few people to grab the poles, a few people to grab the net. Anything else to add? Thank you.
Oh, sure. Can we stop now?
Yes!
My conclusion to the lesson was based around asking the class questions, which again is continuing the tactical games approach. The conclusion of the lesson was a time to review what students had learnt, but also to leave the students thinking about the skills and tactics just done. The aim for me was to leave the class with a deeper understanding of attacking as a team, which they will be able to use in the future. According to Shane Pill, a tactical approach sequence follows a tactical problem, a tactical game, sense game, questioning, reflection, drill and practice, and then return to gameplay. This lesson was successful in following the sequence of the tactical games approach. The areas in which I felt needed more attention were the individual and one-on-one feedback and instruction. Whilst the modified games were happening, it would have been a good opportunity to approach individual students about their performance. I also based all my questioning at the whole group, however I could have used smaller groups to think about tactics and ask them tactical-based questions on their own. When finalising the lesson, I instructed the class to pack up. However, it would have worked better to give the students specific roles in packing up, so as to avoid some students not helping out and others doing all the work. Overall, the lesson was successful and the class enjoyed themselves, but also showed improvement. In the future, I'll continue to use this approach to teaching.